I saw a glimpse of coloring, it knocked me off my feet. I thought I saw a spark in your eyes, desperately and far away, conquered all my needs, and I put all the way aside.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm finally back. I hope you didn't realize all the videos that you have watched in a couple of weeks were pre-filmed. I had a little break from sewing, but I was so impatient to come back and I'm finally here. I'm a little bit out of shape for filming, I feel like. I don't know where to look, what to say. Not that I knew before, but it's even more weird for me now. Anyway. So, as a first project after a quite long break for me, I thought I want to make something very simple, something that you also can make at home in case that you like it. And so I was browsing through Pinterest as always, right? Unlimited source of inspiration for all of us, I believe. And so I found this dress that seemed quite simple to make and definitely something really easy and casual that I can wear on daily basis, because I just love making fancy dresses, but the reality is, and I have said it many times, that I don't end up wearing them enough, and it's really sad for me. So I'm going to stick with more casual for today. But before I start sewing, I want to give you an explanation of how I made the pattern or where I sourced the pattern pieces for this dress. And let me tell you, it is very easy and, you know, my favorite, it's for free. So when I look at the dress and I try to analyze it, the top is very simple, it has a drop shoulders, and then it continues with the puffy sleeves, and from my understanding they are just basically rectangles that are gathered, and probably they are finished with the elastic, that's why she's able to pull it up like that. And for the skirt, I mean, it's just a simple rectangle again, gathered at the waist. So for the base of this dress, I decided to use one of the free patterns on Fabric Store. I think I have featured this one in my most popular video that most of you have watched it and maybe decided to subscribe to my channel. And the pattern is called Augustina Boxy Top, as you can see. And after a quick look, you can see why I decided to use this pattern. Same as the dress, it has drop shoulders, and not only that, it already comes with the cuffs, which we can use to make the puffy sleeve of the dress. And for the skirt, as I said, it's just a simple rectangle. So let me just quickly show you the pattern pieces and the simple adjustments that I did. So this is the back and front of the Augustina top. I printed size 4 to 6, and what I did basically is just I measured from the neckline until my waist. I drew a horizontal line, same for the back and for the front. And then, as you can see here, this line going from the armhole down to the waist, I just made it a little bit smaller on both pattern pieces because I was afraid that it will be just too wide, but that's optional, it's not necessary. And this is the pattern piece for the cuff that you will have when you print it out. And what I just decided to do is to make it longer, 10 centimeters, and cut it on fold so that we have enough fabric for gathering. And you will also find the pattern piece for the bias that you will need for finishing the neckline. So I guess we can start now. And of course, for the fabric, I forgot to show you. So I had this fabric in my stash. I have to say I was really tempted to try to find exactly the same fabric because I really like it. But I said no need. This is similar enough. Of course, the scale is much smaller, but I still think that it will look quite nice. And now let's go ahead and finally start sewing. Okay guys, so let's do the top first. So we have front and back. I already overlock the shoulder seams and the side seams. On the back one, I also overlocked the bottom, but this was a mistake, so learn from my mistakes, don't do it. And as usual, I'm going to pin the shoulder seams and the side seams and sew it all together. Now for the sleeves, as you can see, we have two rectangles. So first thing I need to do is to sew up the side seam. Okay, so let's do first the channel for the elastic at the bottom of the sleeve. Let me check how much I need to fold. So like this. I will go ahead and iron this fold down so it is easier for me to sew, and then we can continue. So now the next step will be to put 2 rows of basting stitches on the top on both sleeves so we can gather and attach them to the top. So let's do it. Okay, so gathering is done. Let's pin it into the armhole and sew it. As usual, right side facing. I always go ahead, insert it inside the top. You know guys, I was this person when I was doing gathering. I only did 1 row of basting stitches because I thought it's a wasting of time. And I just wanted to sew quickly, and I thought that doesn't make any difference if you do 1 or 2. Until the day I wasn't this person anymore, and it was really easy to convince me. Once I tried to do 2 rows of basting stitches and I saw the difference, I was converted. It is so much different, it is so much nicer. The gathers are spread more evenly, especially if you make a gap between these 2 rows bigger, and then when you sew 2 layers, you sew in the middle. It holds so nicely, they are spread so evenly, and the final result is so nice. So if you are saving time until today, maybe give it a try and you will see how much different it looks. And I always put the gathers on the teeth part of the machine because they can handle fabric better. So another tip from me. Okay, so first one done. Don't forget, at the end we will put elastic here and we will see how it will turn out. Or maybe I should do that now in case it's not good or I'm not satisfied with it, that I don't waste my time by doing another one. I don't know. I think it's not good. Okay, we will try. You see guys, I mean, it's not bad, but definitely this is just too short. It's not horrible, but it's not what I'm going for. So definitely I will have to make this longer. So take back what I said about making it 10 centimeters longer. I would say even 20. That would be probably close to what we are going for. Good, I didn't waste my time on making the second sleeve, so I will go ahead, cut new pieces, sew it again, and then attach it to the top part. I'm going to skip this because it's exactly the same thing, so I'm not going to bother you. But I wanted to include this fail here, so you can see that I don't do everything perfect for the first time, okay? So see you when the new parts will be attached. So guys, this is how it looks like so far. As you can see, much closer to the inspiration than before. So I ended up making this cuff from the original pattern 25 centimeters wider than it was at the beginning. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, you can also wear it down. For me, this is the length that I like to have, because even if I keep it down, it doesn't bother me if I will be doing things or eating or things like that. But as it is shown on the picture, you can put it up like that. Yeah, it's quite cute. I like it. It's turning out really well. Let's finish the neckline and then I can move on to the skirt, which will be hopefully very easy. So let's go, guys. By the way, all the tools that I'm using I will link in the description box in case you don't have something and you feel like you need it. So you can find it in the description box. So usually I like to start from back. First I will fold the raw edge inside and I will pin it and sew it in this first crease over here. And when you reach the end where you started at the beginning, just place the other end of bias binding over it, take the pin out, pin it again. You can cut a little bit, you don't need to have it so long. And now we just need to sew it all around. So now you see here is the seam, and what I'm going to do basically is to just fold it inside like so. Help yourself with pins. And I am going to be sewing as close to this edge as possible. So you will see the bias binding from inside, and from the outside you will have just one line of stitches over here. Okay, so the neckline is done. It turned out nice. I just changed the thread because the fact that there is one stitch line, I just wanted to make sure that it will not be super visible. So I just changed that quickly before I started to sew, and I'm very pleased with the outcome. Of course, there is a different ways of how you can use bias binding for finishing neckline. There is not only one. If you prefer the other, go ahead. This is what I did personally. Now for the skirt. So let's just put this aside. Very simple. As you can see, I already went ahead and I overlocked the sides. Now I will need to take the front and back. By the way, they are exactly the same measurement, because also the front and back bodies has exactly the same length, the width, sorry. And I learned my lesson from the last time when I was doing gathering, and this time I double it just to make it nicer. Then I will do 2 rows of basting stitch again at the top, gather the fabric and sew it with the top right side facing, and I will meet you then. Okay guys, the dress is finished. I'm wearing it. I have to say, it's quite oversized. Anyway, that will not stop me from enjoying this dress. It's really casual. By the way, sorry how I look like at the end of the day, but I think I'm going to try my luck and still tone it down a little bit as I planned at the beginning, to make it less like picnic blanket and we will see what will happen. Oh, I also want to say, because it's so oversized and I didn't really feel like it was too much flattering on me because I'm so short, I added, let me just show you quickly, I added little ties on the side so I can pull it in a little bit, but I guess that's enough of details. I don't want to spoil the end for you. Wish me luck with the dyeing. I will try to show it to you, but I don't know how possible it will be because I just don't have a space here. But we will see. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to try to dye it and I hope I'm not going to die. Sorry for this one, guys. Okay, see you in a second.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep. She was a pretty little liar who cut me deep, 'cause she left me here alone. Now my bed feels just like cobblestone. Oh, why did she go? Oh, was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be the one? Whoa, why did she go? I met her back in 2005. It was her crooked little smile that caught my eye. Time went by and it was her and I. She promised me to never leave my side, but she left me here alone. I know it's dumb, I still check my phone, 'cause I can't move on. Whoa, why did she go? Whoa, was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be